charge that thing for 2 hours.
I'll ask you later on.
I mean, it's good for the, like the brothers on the camera, to be edified. There's a lot of people that, like, they watch us that are young, that are, like, coming into it and everything, and they gain edification, like, understanding. It's like, we're speaking, but, like, we're actually having a conversation with the actual individual, and things come out a little different, you know what I'm saying?
Revelations 3 and 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation.
The only way you're going to be kept from the hour of temptation is by staying in tune with the scriptures and the spirit. Alright? And if you're not, you're going to fall into the hour of temptation, because the hour of temptation is around the corner. What are the most precious things that we have is on the earth to survive? Water, food, and clothing. There's gonna come a point, man, where we ain't gonna have access to food like we do today. They're gonna put a stop to it. They're gonna control everything. I'm talking about Esau, so-called white man, the government. They're gonna implement that chip, and if you ain't got that chip, you ain't gonna be able to buy food like we was. Scriptures say thou shalt not steal, so you can't be stealing. So how are you gonna get in them days? Well, the scriptures tell you that the Most High is gonna take care of you in those troublous times. Only if you obey and you abide in His Spirit. Go ahead.
We'll get this. Ecclesiastes 12 and 1. Remember now thy creators in the days of thy youth. Remember now the Creator in the days of thy youth. While the evil days come not, nor the year is drawn nigh, shall say, I have no pleasure in them. While the sun or light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, or the clouds return after the rain. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look at the windows be darkened. When it talks about that grinders cease, everybody's getting in and they haven't access to like you used to. All production of food's gonna stop, basically. The times are coming hard. The wisdom and knowledge really will be stability and life. That's why it's called the book of life, the scriptures of life, because it's the only thing to profit you in that time. Revelations 3 and 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, and will also keep thee from the hour of temptation.
You got to keep the word of the patience, meaning that you got to endure hardships. You gotta, like I said, you gotta stay in tune with the scriptures and the spirit, right? In order to be kept away from the hour of temptation. Because in that time, what are you gonna do whenever your belly aches? When your belly's really hurting of starvation, you're really starving. Because we don't really really know how it feels to starve. We don't really know the pains of a true stomach ache of needing food. What are you gonna do? You know? You gotta take the chip, because if, like I said, you take the chip, you're done. And that's where that hour of temptation, meaning that you're gonna be tested. The word to be tempted is to be tested. All flesh is gonna be tested. Get Luke 12:21 and 19. And that's the times we're coming in, man. We're at the end of days, and that's exactly what's gonna happen, man. Go ahead.
Luke 19, or Luke 21 and 19. In your patience possess ye your souls.
Right, in your patience possess ye your souls, man. Because you're going to be going through difficult times, hardships. So you got to possess yourself. Possess yourself. Restrain yourself from going off. Restrain yourself from taking the chip. And be in prayer. Pray to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua to keep you from them times.
Luke 21 and 19. In your patience, possess ye your souls.
Possess ye your souls, man. Because if you don't got no self-control, no self-temperance, you're out of there. Go back to Revelations.
Revelations 3 and 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, and no man take thy crown.
You gotta hold fast that what you have. They ain't talking about what clothes you got, what woman, what children, none of that's just talking about what you have in this book. Because we already proved it in the book of James chapter 1 that this word is able to save your souls, man. Your soul. So if you let go of this substance, this faith, you're not gonna receive that crown of life. You're gonna receive a corruptible crown.
Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. Him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my God, and he shall go no more out, and I will write upon him the name of my God, and the name of the city of my God, which is New Jerusalem, which cometh down out of heaven from my God, and I will write upon him my new name. I was going to jump down to verse 20. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him and will sup with him and he with me. To him that overcometh will I grant to sit with me in my throne, even as I also overcame and have sat down with my Father in his throne. So, we're going to be rewarded with him. We're going to be able to say to, how should I say to the apostles? That you will be, how did it say Matthew? You will be sitting with me on the 12 thrones of Israel, judging.
I've got a scripture. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 24. Know ye not that they which run in a race run all, but one receiveth the prize. So run that you may obtain. So you got to be constantly in movement. That's part of that patience. You don't just stand in a standstill, kicking back like everything's gravy, comfortable, because that's when sudden destruction is going to fall on you. The hour of temptation, you're going to be caught in. So you got to be constant running, in a running state, in an active state, exercising in the scriptures, plowing, laboring in order to receive that crown. It says, so run that you may obtain. And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. You got to have self-control. You got to control your flesh. You got to fight against yourself on a daily basis. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible crown. We're looking for the crown that we're going to be received from Yahweh Shah himself. Get that one in 2nd Esdras chapter 2. Okay, verse 26. I therefore so run, not as uncertainly, so fight I, not as one that beateth the air, but I keep under my body and bring it into subjection, lest that by any means, when I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway. So it's very important that when you step into this thing, you got to be constantly doing the work. Go ahead and get that one in 2nd
Chapter 2. Talks about 2nd Esdras chapter 2 verse 42. I Esdras saw upon the Mount Zion a great people, whom I could not number, and they all praised the Lord with songs. And in the midst of them there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted.
Like he set crowns upon their heads, man. Go ahead.
Which I marveled at greatly. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing.
Put off that mortal clothing, man. You put off the ways of America. You cast away the flesh. Crucify the flesh and the desires of the flesh. Like it says in Galatians.
These be they that have put off the mortal clothing, and put on the immortal, and that confess the name of the Most High.
That confess the name of the Most High, which is Yahweh.
Now now are they crowned and receive palms. And it said, I unto the angel, what young person is it that crowneth them and giveth them palms in their hands? So he answered and said unto me, it is the Son of the Most High, whom they had confessed in the world.
So he's going to be the one that's going to be crowning us if we're found worthy and we endure to the end, because we're not saved yet. All we got to keep doing is keep running, stay active, keep training, exercise the spirit, not the body, not the flesh. And he's going to reward you.
Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so still for the name of the Lord. And said the angel to me,
yeah, that's it on that, because they stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord, which is Yahweh Shah, his son. Okay? It's not Jesus Christ, it's Yahweh Shah Mashiach, which means he is salvation. Mashiach means anointed. Like Christ, Cristo means anointed too as well. But that's Latin. We're speaking it in the Hebrew. Okay?
James 5 and 7. Be patient, therefore, brethren, unto the coming of the Lord.
There goes that word again, patience. You gotta be patient in the return of Yahweh Shai, but at the same time doing the work. Because if you become like the man that received that pound and you hid it away and when it's chilled and did not increase, he was casted out. So you got to be constantly doing the work, increasing, going from glory to glory. You know, go ahead.
Be patient, therefore, brethren, unto the coming of the Lord. Behold, the husbandman waited for the precious food of the earth, and had long patience for it until he received the early and latter rain.
Well, people are like, man, why? Everybody's been saying that the Lord's coming back. He's coming back. Everybody's been saying that. Hey, but the Lord's waiting for that perfect time. And the Bible already said that y'all were going to be saying stuff like that. Since the fathers fell asleep, what is the promise of his coming? It's on the way, man.
Be ye also patient. Be ye also patient. Establish your hearts, for the coming of the Lord draweth nigh.
So establish your heart, meaning get yourself in order before he returns. Because if you're not right, you're going to be caught in the cold.
Behold, or take my grudge not one against another, brethren, lest you be condemned. Behold, the judge standeth before the door. Take my brethren the prophets who have spoken in the name of the Lord, for an example of suffering, affliction, and of patience.
Right, like Daniel, all the prophets, Jeremiah, Isaiah. You got Paul. They all suffered and through patience.
But behold, we count them happy which endure.
We count them happy that endure, because they're going to receive an incorruptible crown, a great reward for their sufferings, for their sacrifices.
Behold, we count them happy which endure. Ye have heard of the patience of Job, and have seen the end of the Lord, that the Lord is very pitiful and of tender mercy. But above all things, my brethren, swear not, neither by heaven, neither by the earth, neither by any other oath, but let your yea be yea, and your nay be nay. Least you fall into condemnation. That's it on that. What's that?
Romans 13. Right, so it says endure in all patience and long suffering, and we count those as happy that endure. We're talking about like Job and Yahweh Shah, who the world called Jesus Christ. He endured all the way to his death, but he received a crown. He resurrected and went back to the Father with all glory. He's gonna come back, and we're gonna see the glory.
Romans 13 and 11, and that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
So now it's knowing the time that the days is near. It's time to wake out of sleep. Go ahead.
For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe.
Salvation is nearer than we ever have believed, man. It's right at the door, man. Go ahead.
The night is far spent, the day is at hand.
The night is far spent, meaning the rulership of Esau is far spent. It's already overdue. It's time for him to be moved out the way and usher in the kingdom.
The night is far spent, the day is at hand.
Right, that day is talking about the day that Israel is put back on rulership and Yahweh Shai is dwelling amongst them. But we're gonna end it with that. You got anything else you want to say?
I said, let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light. Let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting and drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and anger. But put ye on the Lord Yahweh Shemashiach, and make no provision for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof.
Right. You gotta cast away all that filthiness. Make your old man and put on the new one, which is the scriptures. Alright. But we're gonna end it with that. I'm gonna give all praise and glory and honor to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone that rule well, the apostles. Much respect to you brothers out there doing the work in sincerity and truth. Again, dead to America, dead to these 2/3 that don't want to get right. Thus saith the Lord God. But until then, Kwam Yasha'Allah, Shalom.